Good morning, traders. We got a lot to talk about, of course. It's a brand new week, and I'm here ready to get after it. It's just me today, so get ready, team. I'm ready to go ahead and make some more money. They don't call me Money Mitch for no reason, right? Let's get after it, team. Live trading with Benzinga.
Winner, winner, chicken dinner. Those words have been dancing around my head all night. Oh, it's Vegas lore, that phrase.
Rise and shine, team. It's ready to get after it. It's time to go ahead and make some money. You guys know what time it is. Let's go ahead. Let's bring up the charts. Let's get it out here. First things first, of course, I'll bring up both my charts like I did on, of course, Friday. I'll go ahead and I'll have Moomoo up. I'll have my TC up. And if you guys got stocks you guys want to check out, definitely throw them up in the chat right now. I'll definitely make sure to go through them, especially if there's some smaller names. You guys can help me out with that. Let's keep it going today, team. We got a lot to talk about and a lot to get into. And we did get a really nice week in the small account challenge. So we got some more to talk about here. What are you guys looking at this morning? Let me catch some stocks in the chat. Let's go ahead. Let's take a look. Of course, on Friday, we did close a really nice trade there in the Moomoo account. Of course, I'll show you guys that. That was, of course, on the SQQQ, right? That was just last week. So now we're at 520, not doing too bad, right? You guys can see here in the corner, we've had some pretty good kind of month, right? I mean, overall, we started this at the beginning of the month. We've had about, one real loser in this account. We've had some other ones have battled back some days to come back kind of break even, but we've had some push forward and now we're up about 4% on the account. So overall, I mean, not doing too bad compared to the S&P 500. S&P 500 in the meantime is up about 1.68%. while I'm up 4%, right? Well, we got to keep working this, team. Let's see if we can keep beating the S&P 500. That's the standard for your account, right? If you can beat the S&P 500 on the year, you're not looking too bad. Let's see if we can keep this pushing forward and get to the next level. Small names, I'll catch up with those in the chat. Let's go to some of the stocks. Of course, I'm going to really quickly just use my TC here a little bit. But like always, we'll review a little bit of some Moomoo action. I will be using the small account today. So let's go ahead. Let's take a look at what we can see for trades out there. Right now, I was looking at Tilray because I was going to mess with Joel. But let's just keep going. Let's take a look at the SPY right now. You can see how we're kind of building here. It looks like we're in this sideways consolidation period where we could get pullbacks towards 409, 410s, or break out towards 415. So at this point in time, I think you keep looking at the bigger stocks to see if those break out, because if those break out, those are going to be probably the bigger moves, right, to catch. We'll see what happens on that. Definitely got to keep it going here. All right, we'll see what else is going on. Yeah, just going to be me today, but let's see what I can get into, see if we can keep pushing forward. Of course, I do still got a swing trade on from last week. That's NCLH. We'll look to see if we add to that. It's a little bit of a bigger swing there for me on NCLH as this keeps coming back down right now on the retrace. I really liked it if it could go over the 1450. But of course, if it cracks 13 today, it could come back down towards this kind of trend line. And that's not what I'm looking for, right? That's a crack towards 1260s. So I'm looking for a little pullbacks closer towards 13 to add today, then risk slightly below that 13. Have an average on that position, and I'll give you guys the average, right? Sometimes I'm going to be in winning positions. Sometimes I'm going to be in losing ones. And you got to keep battling. My average is 1361. So you guys can see I'm closer up here, right? So I definitely got to manage it today. But I'm always going to give you guys the insight there, whether it's a green trade or not. Smash the like, team. Let's keep it going. All right, let's see how many traders we can get in here today. Smash up those likes. Of course, if you guys want me to keep going, all we got to do is hit the like button. All right, we'll see what else is going on in the market today. Let's see. All right, so NCLH, let's go to some different stocks, right, that had some moves today that we can keep an eye out for, and some of the strongest names, right? Monday.com had earnings today, so keep your eyes on something like this software application, right? I'd keep an eye out on this space overall, because if we are going to get into a new bull market, this could be the stocks that really go. We had a nice little breakout 3 days ago. It pulled back, looking like it wants to reload. What are some names here that you can look at? You can look at Salesforce for another attempt up towards a 206. Maybe looking for the 9 EMA to hold there. 200 acting as support right now. It acted as resistance for a long time. Now acting as support. This is one that I keep on my watch. SAP pulling back today. That's ones that I would leave alone. Of course, this one could get hit because of what's going on in the Biden administration, mentioning some tax stuff. So Intuit also pulling back on that now is one that I would point to for the upside outlook. This could keep going through 460s, starting to make a move towards 500. But this is the more expensive stock, right? Another one that I'll be looking at, can I get the pullback to the 9 EMA, is Shop. Shop 9 EMA around 59.53. So looking for a pullback into that space. Of course, I could use this high here also, which is going to be 59.82. So pullback to 60s seems to make sense for me on Shop. We'll see if we can get that pullback, especially below here towards 59. It's between 60s and 59s. I like Shop on any pullback. Amazon's one that I'll keep on watch too. Can I get this one back towards 113? But the truth is, I'm looking for pullbacks into this 108 gap area. If I can go really close to that gap area, risk below that gap area, that would give me a nice opportunity here. So I'll even draw a box here. We'll see if Amazon can get into that box, and we can take a little bit of a pullback entry. AI being mentioned in the chat, I'll take a look at it. Why not, right? I mean, today it did get back above that 21. I know Zunaid has been watching this one for a while. I think he took a loss on this one in the small account, but it doesn't mean that it can't get going today, right? We did get a lift above 21s, now pulling back. I like the pullbacks towards 2025 and 2036 that I could risk off that 20 and then maybe try to jump onto it there. Of course, I'd have to hold towards around 1991 as the risk to return. This one's not a bad one, though, today. I definitely keep it on watch. We'll see if it gets moving and some of these AI plays move. That's the way I'll be looking at that one. You guys keep throwing up some tickers. Let's go. Get them up there. And, of course, smash the like out there, team. Let's get it going. And, of course, we also will be looking at the small account challenge. I'll be looking to see what I can get there. Been taking a lot of stocks there. And of course, we can maybe do like the SQQQs, something like that. But we'll be watching today if for any reason we get a nice little up move on the stocks. Of course, recently I just had that trade last week on Friday. That was a killer trade last week. I mean, we made a move from here and we sold it up here at the resistance. What a trade, right, team? I mean, look at that. My resistance was right there, and I was looking to get out there towards the 80s. I got 75. I can't be mad about that from getting it at 28s pretty much. So nice little 75-cent gain there yesterday or on Friday. We'll look to repeat that today. Smash the like, guys. And definitely you guys can check out Moomoo, of course. You guys can just hit the QR code on the screen. I'll also put it in the right-hand corner in a second. Also hit the link below if you guys just want more information on Moomoo. All right, let's get towards the bell. Let's get to the action. I will keep the QR code in the top right corner, and we'll be moving back and forth between the charts team. So if you guys have a stock you guys want to take a look at, throw them up there. I'm going to grab some more, and we'll keep rolling here, team. What are some of these that you guys are talking about? I see Square mentioned by Michael. I got you, Michael. I see you out there. You want to take a look at Square? Square's on the pullback right now. I think this is one that I'm not getting in front of because it just seems to me like a falling knife. Same thing with PayPal. I think PayPal moving lower is actually affecting Square to the negative side, and I'm going to leave these alone. If I wanted to see one in this space, not necessarily 100% correlated, but something that is close, I take a look at Toast. Toast just put out some recent numbers that gave it a little bit of a lift, and now it's pulling back. Maybe it catches the 9 EMA and comes back up towards 20 and 21. But that's just things that I'm looking at, Michael. Of course, you choose your own trades, my friend. And if you like Square today, hey, so be it, man. Just know you're out, and that's what always matters. TNXP coming back after this one had a split. So it did a split here on 510. And because of that, I'd leave it alone. You could get a move back to that split spot, maybe 219, but you're at $2. This, to me, is definitely a leave it alone stock. WSA, but that's just for me, right? Like always, you guys choose. WSIA, this one looks like it just already hit resistance. Resistance to me being right around the 266 area. And you can see you went around to the 250s. So can you get maybe that move to 260s? Yeah, maybe a move to 260s. Doesn't look too bad right now. It is trying to hold the 1 hour pullbacks towards 2. You can see it on the recent pullback to 190s. So maybe you get a pullback towards the 193, $2 space, and then a push up. This is one that I keep in mind, but I just don't like the chart the most there. It's not too bad, though. ITRY, don't know that one, so I'd keep that one out. I'm just going to keep going. Let's see what other ones I mentioned in the chat. TAP is one that you can keep watching, but I feel like this trade has already gone a significant amount. Maybe this makes its move to 70. Just look for the 90 EMA to kind of hold 64 pullbacks. Maybe you're going to move into low 60, high 63s, low 64s. That's what I'd be looking for in TAP. Same thing for Bud, right? It has started to break. I'd maybe look for a little bit of a pullback to get in on the party. I was looking to short Bud also. I mean, I can't blame you guys for doing it, especially if you guys are just jumping on the social trend, trying to make the money. And we'll see what happens today. Big day for retail. Keep your eyes on stocks like Walmart. I'll be watching to see if those go higher and start moving out the gates. I'll even put an alert for me above 154. Target is one that's on my radar. Will this one move towards 160s today? I'll keep it on watch. And then, of course, there's some other names out there. Keep watch, team. Monday, I actually kind of like this chart, but it needed to pull back below 140s, and then maybe we can catch the move back towards 155. There's the market open, team. Let's have some fun and be careful out there, team. It's always not just one way, right? We'll see what happens today, and let's keep battling. Smash the like if you guys want to get more of these stocks covered, and we'll keep it going. AMD getting attractive. Tesla, right? Musk will be on CNBC tomorrow. Bad candle on Friday. Ooh, you can see Tesla pulling back here out the gates here. We'll look to see if it turns around. Overall, looking around on the SPY, seeing a little bit of a pullback there. Seeing a little bit of a push up right out the gates there for the SQQQs. Could take a look at this one as it did come up here. This is pretty much the same levels we bought it up at. So SQQQs love making hourly ranges towards the upside, then to the downside, to the upside, then to the downside. So right now, I'm leaving it alone, but the SQQ is looking strong out the gates. All right, I'm going to keep up with the chat there, team. You guys tell me if you guys see any of these small names moving, and we keep looking at. Just me, they're not on here yet. Come on, I'm here, cheek. Hit the live button. We're live, baby. All right, let's keep going. We'll take a look at some other names out there. TRVN, big name right out the gates. Biotech, looking at that one. I like how it's sleepy. I like how it's sleepy on TRVN. I will say that. And I like how it's holding up here around the 140s, 130s. Right now, the risk being like 133. If I wanted to get into this one, really small, looking for a pop towards 2. The only thing that I see that is slowing TRVN down is no volume. So that's the one thing that I'd point to on TRVN. Look at the volume here. Look how this is going sideways off the hourly. I don't think it's a bad looking chart, but definitely needs some volume if it wants to go. All right, let's keep it going, team. We'll take a look at some other ones. All right, how we doing out there, Shannon? Starshine, I can't tell you what to buy, but I can tell you what's moving, baby. And we'll take a look to see if we can find something out there. So the best thing to do is just use my Explore tab and then use like kind of the best performing right out the gates and look for what stocks are moving that's together, right? What industries are moving that we can catch. So it looks like Billy having a decent day out the gates. For smaller names, I see NGMS. Of course, that one had acquisition news. So I see MGOL. That one's another one that's moving here. It's about $1.50, getting some lift. You can take a look at that one, MGOL. All right, that one's pulling back after a push there towards 225. It's in apparel manufacturing here. Let me take a look at the daily chart here. Daily chart has resistance around the $2. Could maybe come back there towards the 170s. I don't really like it too much, but I can tell you a lot of volume has been getting in this name. So this is not the first time the M goal moves, and it's pulling back here towards support. We'll see if it holds 150 and makes its move back to 2. Nothing that I'm liking right out the gates there. I'm looking around. Amazon, big move out the gates there for Amazon. So if you want to take a look at what's doing well right now, I see Amazon moving higher. I'll keep an eye out on that. Let's go to the Explore tab. Let's go to the heat map here, and let's actually do the stock one here so I can see what is up right out the gates here. I can see Amazon up 1.65. What does that tell me? What about Shop for a pullback entry here? Shop already getting a little bit of lift here. I can look for pullbacks to 61 if I want to go after Shop there off 61, but I could look for the pullback to 60 today. I'm going to be looking for a pullback there towards 60. I just feel like if I jump into it here at 61, I have to risk off of 60, and I would love for it to kind of wipe out the opening buyers, come back there close to 60, and I'll take a shot in Shop, even though Amazon is already looking good. I'm going to look around to see what else is doing well. The banks are doing well here. You can see the green here. So that shows me that if the banks are doing well, I'll think the SPY can hold on, even though financial services are just slightly in now to the red, about 0.12, and the SPY starting to come down fast here out the gates as we are getting a little bit of a pullback. Is it tech that's breaking? No. Right now I see industrials breaking like DE, Caterpillar, and utilities breaking. Real estate down, consumer cyclical, healthcare, but technology hasn't really cut down yet. And I think a lot of that is Amazon's move higher. As Amazon's now towards 112, we'll look to see if some of the other names start coming down. Google making a move up too. So that one's one I've been looking for a pullback to 115. Still have yet to see that happen. Seems like it's holding the support around 116. So it doesn't look too bad for Google right now. It did just do a pull to 117.75. We'll look to see if the SPY reverses and the Qs reverse because they're all in the red right now. All right, looking around, team, trying to keep eye on what's moving there. SE moving higher, of course. EA recently made a nice move. ATVI recently released news that maybe that could be going higher. So SE doesn't look too bad there. ATVI, let's see that one. How's that one moving? It has made a move back to 78. Could pull back from here. EA is another one that I'd maybe keep an eye out for, but not having a decent day right out the gates here on EA. All right, RMTI. I'll take a look at that. Not much there. I see IMGN. IMGN is probably one that I'd keep a closer eye on. I really like how it's bunched up here at the top of the daily. And so you know your support right underneath it around 330s, 306. You're at 1408. This one could want higher, and it's a biotech, so doesn't look too bad there. Resistance really holding well. Now 14's pullback seems interesting to me. Let's go to the short time frame here, and you can see here 14 about to get an opportunity there on 14 if I want to go after this one. Right now, 1397 here. Would have to go after this one with the small account or my day trading account here. I don't see it too bad there. I just don't know too much of IMGN, but maybe a little pullback here, especially if you get to 90s. I like it here, at least from the hourly chart. Let's see if I get an opportunity to grab this here. See if I get a slight tick below 90s here. All right, there's a little move there. Didn't hit 90s just yet. Hit 92. All right, here's 1390 starting to show up there. Doesn't look too bad. There it cracks, but it cracks really fast there at the 1380s. That's why I didn't have the order ready. I didn't put it out there. I had the order that I wanted out ready here, but you can see how you wick through there. Now it gets a little bit dangerous for the recovery move. I'm going to stay out of this one just because it cut way too much there. It cut about 20 cents when I was looking for IMGM to just cut just a tiny bit there. All right, looking around to see what else is going on. I think it's too early for a trade this morning unless you really have a strong conviction where the market's going. I'm with you, Raz, and then you can see me. What am I doing? I'm slowing down, Raz. I'm not taking too much right now, and I can't blame you for that outlook. AI going higher, though. That one did hold its little push. It pulled back here. Let's see if it can hold the VWAP there. Let me get to AI here, see how that stock's looking. You can see here, just made a recent move to 21, now pulling back here. We'll see if it's able to hold VWAP and take the next step higher. VWAP is around 2075 right now, but it did do a nice little push here out the gates on AI. So you can see here AI pushing a little bit stronger there. 2075 seems to pull back entry there. I liked also off the trend line. If you're looking just off the trend line, that's a pullback below 2075. It's closer to 2060s here. But I'll see if I can make that pullback and get to that spot. All right, 2035s acted as support and recovered 2050 on the 5 minute. So nice little pullback towards the 2070s or below to 2060s. Don't seem too bad there for AI. Have to hold off the 2050 area. Doesn't seem too bad there. Thanks, Mitch, keeping me mentally stable. All of you guys make it seem like no one's alone on this, and that's what it's all about, Raz. And it's always about like use the chat to try to help you sometimes, even control your thinking, right? And I think that that's really what it's all about. If we can stay in the right processed approach in our mentality, we're going to keep battling. That's the number one thing for a trader to do. Battle on, baby. Like I like AI's pullback here, but I still think it's a little early. I'm looking for the turnaround in the market around 945, right? Do we start getting an up move around 945? So I can keep an eye out to see what happens there. That's a nice little pullback, though. I will say that. You got right now on the 1 minute on AI, where it just came back to the 85s. Now right back there to 2130s almost. So AI still looks good today. We'll look to see if the SPY catches a bounce here around 945. Actually like this outlook here. Can look for the kind of the SPXS or XPXL trade. That's a reversal style trade right now that I kind of like. Only problem is this is pretty expensive here. So I'd have to go with my other account here for the reversal action here. Doesn't look too bad. I'm willing to take a shot here, at least on my other account. I took a shot there. SPXL just grabbed a little bit there at 72.99 here. This is for the reversal action for SPXL. I'll show you guys that trade right now. So this is a reversal trade here off the bottom around the 72.80 levels. We just kind of put a little dip there. Now starting to come back here right towards my entry. Entry's around 72.99. I'm willing to add in the 80s here and then hold off the low of the day, which is 72.79 here. Doesn't seem too bad. And we did just pull back into this 89 spot. So I'm letting it test here. Close this 1 minute. Let it test there, 72.87. And then as it comes back through 73, I'll add again. All right, there's a little pullback there. We'll look to see if I can able to add on that. So I just got the starter there. Looking to add here. Let's see the quotes here. And also you can just look at the SPY. This is going to be kind of very similar to the SPY trade. So I'm looking for a 945 reversal back to the upside here. And of course, you could also maybe look at this with SOXL. I see technology still in the green there. I see financial services actually leading the upside move. And so that's why I think we could get a little bit of push, but we'll see if it happens. Just tested that 72.87, went to 72.88. So I like that outlook. Let's see if it really takes off here towards 73. All right, just got there to 73. So now I'm looking for the slight tick down below the 73s to go ahead and get some fill here. There's 94s just added there at the 94s. It did go up to 73s, kind of tested that, then pulled back here. So I gave it one more add there. Now let's go ahead and really hold off of this. I don't want to see it go through 85s here. I have 72.97, so risking about 12 cents. Looking for this to start pushing higher. All right, just getting a test down here in the SPXL. Now I'm just looking for 73's reversal. We'll see if I get it. All right, team, what are you guys out there looking at? HCDI mentioned in the chat. Smoked Tuna's mentioning that one. I can go ahead and put that one around the 6 chart outlook here. All right, getting a test here for the stop out there for SPXL. We'll see if we do get that down move here. It's not looking that good there for me, but it needs a reverse. We'll look to see if I get it there. Looking around to see what you guys are taking a look at. HCDI. HCDI and big move there. Looks like it's halting on the upside action. Harvard Custom Development. Don't know this one at all. Daily chart has had some recent spikes and drops, so be careful there, but definitely a nice little push higher on that HCDI. LMFA. All right, that's Lending Funding America. It is pulling back here towards an interesting level where it's holding in here. We'll look to see if it takes the next step up. 5 minute doesn't seem too bad there. We'll look to see if it recovers 117. I have that chart up here. Top, that's going to be your bottom left here on this one. So you guys can take a look at that. Bank of America pulling back there. Still not stopped out of my SPXL trade, but it got close there on the pullback. SoFi is down on a downgrade. So they got downgraded this morning. I can tell you a little bit about that one. I had this one on pre-market prep that I covered. SoFi shares down as Wedbush downgrading from neutral to underperform, and they put a price target of 250 on SoFi. So SoFi definitely getting smacked on that news. There's the Qs recovering. That's a good outlook there for me, as the SPXL looking like it wants to come back now through 73s. So there you guys have that coming back there. SOXL is another way that I could be playing this, as SOXL looks like it's starting to get strong here. I kind of like this outlook there, and I'm also going to be looking for Tesla now to go red to green. It just did that. Now I'm looking for pullback to the VWAP. Below 169, 168, I actually might take a swing trade there in Tesla here with the small account. If I can get a little pullback on this, I'm going to look for a pullback down below 169. And of course, I can only get like 2 shares of Tesla. So this will be kind of more of a swing trade off 166.62. So we're talking about right now, what, 3 points, 4 points. So I'm looking to risk about 3 points for a move higher. And I got to make it like 9 points on the reward, right? If I'm going to risk 3. So what is that a move? That's a move what? That's a move back towards 176 and the gap closing up there. If the gap close is 177.66. So a little bit smaller than that 9 outlook there at the 169 spot. See if I could get a pullback towards 168.50s here, and then I'll look for it on Tesla. All right, overall SPXL trade not looking too bad, back towards the 73s here. So let's see if that can get a little bit higher. Also looking to see if I can get Tesla to pull back a little bit. All right, struggled there for SPXL, so not looking the best here. Could crack the 90s here and then go lower. So I've got to be careful on that SPXL trade. All right, about to get stopped out in SPXL if it cuts through the 85s here. Hands on the trigger to get out. How's energy looking? I got you, Raz. Just give me 2 seconds. Just gonna make sure on this SPXL trade, I'm not gonna get out there unless it really breaks through that 85. I'm gonna put a stop here at 72.83. So I can stop watching it, focus on some other trades, especially if I want to get into this Tesla on a pullback. So SPXL, I even put a stop there, so I don't have to worry about it anymore. I'm just looking for a Tesla pullback now. Reason why is I still think that with Elon making the moves that he's doing, maybe he gets this going back to 200, and I don't want to miss that move. See if I can get a pullback. First look is going to be like 168.74, and then below that 168.17. Somewhere in between that is what I'm looking for on Tesla. So let's get that ready. Got to come in at 1 share at a time. 168 VWAP. 50s. All right. Unlock the trading. Let's get that ready to go. Now we're getting that pullback. Cut out of that SPXL trade, not looking the best on that. It just pulled back there, stopped me out. Not going to hold on to that. If it comes back, it comes back. But we're just getting a little bit of a drag right here. Stock sell is another opportunity that I could look at here for the small account challenge. Big thing for me is looking at the KRE or something like that. KRE is pushing strong, so I'm feeling good about this being a buy the pullback opportunity. The only question is, do I go after Tesla? Do I go after the day trade and stock sell? That's the hard part for the small account challenge right now that I got to determine. The big thing there is, do I want to swing trade this or do I want to day trade this? And that's where it gets a little bit difficult. LMFA coming down there to 107. KRE looks like it wants above 37s. So for some reason, we are getting that a little bit of a lift. It's kind of weird to see this pullback. There's the Tesla into that range. So if I want to go for the Tesla, I have the opportunity here. Just got to determine which one's the better opportunity, the stock sell or go after kind of the swing in Tesla. There it touched right on the dot there, 168.74, went to 168.73s there. So I pretty much already missed a little bit of that entry possibility there for Tesla. Stock sell did come back there to the VWAP 1408. Right now, I'm not in any of those two, and that's where it gets a little frustrating because I'm missing the move here. We'll look to see what happens. Bank of America looks like it wants higher. NCLH trying to recover here, so that doesn't look too bad overall on that one. SPY overall looking like it's testing lower here, and so it could get still the opportunity as the market pulls back. It's a tough move so much. So early, not much there. Stock sell is annoying right now. I hear you. I'm keeping an eye on it. All right, you guys are talking about Shop, PayPal. We could take a look at some of those, and definitely smash the like out there, team. All right, there's Tesla back towards 168.50s. If I want my opportunity, this is my shot right there for Tesla. The only problem with me is the Qs and the SPY just don't look good right now. And so it's hard for me to go ahead and buy on this weakness right now. So I'm staying out of it right now just because of the Qs and the SPY just looking too weak. But this could reverse right back. There's Tesla. I mean, it already back there to 168.75. It's an opportunity there. And I see the KRE going higher, but I don't see the SPY being bought up. How's that Amazon pullback? Dang, that made a big pullback after a nice push out the gates there. So that just goes to show me that if Amazon can't stay green, that's where it gets a little bit hard. Shop also staying up towards the top. I think it could pull back right now. There's the Qs going a little lower there. Is NVIDIA lower? Ooh, NVIDIA getting hit hard right now. So that's where it gets a little bit difficult because we are looking like we're seeing a little bit of a tech turnaround right now. And I'm actually seeing some banks get bought up here. That's where it gets interesting. Like right now, I mean, it seems like on the day trade, FAS is actually seeming like an interesting play here. But that's where it gets difficult for sure. That's the bull financial leverage. PayPal is a trap right now for you. Yeah, I mean, it is going higher. It has been getting hit. I mean, I think these are just reversal style trades. Maybe on the day trade, it doesn't seem too bad. I just can't seem to grab a chart like that. Daily chart that's just looking that weak. It's just really hard for me to grab that. SEDG, another one, a solar play coming down a little bit today. Doesn't look that strong as it was on Friday. First Solar, also not looking as strong as it was on Monday. Let's go to the sector outlook. Let's see what's going on in the markets. Right now, it doesn't look the best there, but you know how it is, team. This could always turn around. Let's get towards some of the sectors, see what we're seeing here. Financial services leading, basic materials behind that, healthcare then behind. But what's in the red? Utilities, defensive, cyclical names, energy in the red. Energy not looking good as of late, but it's a hard day today. I really am not seeing a trend overall in the market right now. So I'm looking around to see what I can see. NVIDIA dropping also. That's one that we were pointing out there. That's why I feel like, tech is a little bit hard to read right now because if NVIDIA going lower, that's probably going to drag AMD. You see AMD down big here. You see Success trying to push higher, right back. So SQQQs also pushing higher now towards 28.45. So we got our opportunity to get the SQQs again on the pullback. We didn't get it this time. And we're seeing the SPY go lower here. The Qs go lower here. So it just doesn't look good today. We are kind of pulling off here. Now, the only question is, are we going to continue pulling off for the rest of the day? All right, success with the pullback here, opportunity off the 2040s or 2050s here. But, I mean, how much are we going to move? We can probably move, I think, on the daily about $1 more. So that's I mean, that's not the biggest move. That's about 2150s to the upside outlook there for success. You can see how it's kind of holding this little pullback. Look to see if it goes higher, but there's not much right now in the market, I feel like. So I'm not jumping in there too much right now on these pullbacks. CRM pulling back a little bit. We were looking at that one this morning. See if we're going to hold pullback and continue higher. Doesn't look too bad right now. Monday pulling back and getting a little bit of a jump there. Doesn't look too bad. All right, looking around to see what else is making moves. In some stocks in the software area, getting a little bit of a push. There's not much right now. I don't know why, but it seems like things are a little bit slow, especially for a Monday. All right, GETR, get around. Rentals and leasing services, Getter. I don't know about that one. It's a little too cheap for me. I don't like them underneath $1. I like them a little bit more than $1. Not seeing much out there today, team. Really not. Seeing more leaking than anything. Beta going lower there. Success testing back here. Are we going to get the lift off? It just doesn't seem like good risk to reward right now. To have to hold it for the bigger move. That's where it gets a little bit hard. Yeah, definitely seeing the bigger boys getting hit right now. I hear you, Crow. It's what works. If it's working, right? You got to stay with the trends. Biggest thing is I don't play too many of those down below $1, but to each his own. Look at Amazon coming down here. That's why I'm not playing the shop move right now. Google's holding up a little bit better than that. Apple getting hit here today. Microsoft. Let's see if Microsoft takes a hit towards 308. Tesla right back down to 166. So kind of glad I didn't go after that in the small account challenge. Would have got wrecked already. So just leaving that alone. It just doesn't look that great today. And the Qs still battling here. Could get another leg lower. SPY still going lower too. It just seems like we're on a slow leak. And that's where it gets hard. When it's on a slow leak, it's not going to give us much momentum in these kind of like SQQQs and names like that. So looking around, success still in play here, but how much can I really get here? Let's see. Max buy would be about 36 shares here. On Soxel. Success, baby. Yeah, 25 shares. That's not much, man. Not much. I can do much with on that success. Nvidia looks like it wants lower there, so I'm just looking at names just coming down here. They don't look that strong on the day, that's for sure. IBM, man, that's the one definitely taking a hit, and I could see this going lower. What is doing well today, team? I'm looking around, team. I'm not finding much. Let's go to the Explore tab, see what we're seeing there. You see Apple down. Google is up, but it's not much there, team. This seems like it's one of those days with a lot of mixed signals. And mixed signals means that a lot of times I don't want to trade. I see the banks up. significantly there. Oil getting a little bit of a bounce. So that doesn't look too bad there. Oil is bouncing back to the upside. There's not much there, team. Not much today. XOM bouncing back after getting hit recently. Maybe that comes up a little bit, but there's not much there. NCLH, that's working its way back there. I could add to this name, see if it wants to go a little bit higher, but I'm just keeping working it, right? I'm going to keep working this NCLH. This is one that is a little bit of a longer term swing for me. ORMP, there you go. At least something moving, man. At least you guys found something. I definitely missed this one already, but it's up there to the fours. What I like about it is it's stair stepping its way higher. And when it stair steps, that's a good move right there. As that continues to get higher, you can see how the VWAP is following it on ORMP. Not much today, team. It's one of those days where, man, it's going to be hard to make it to 11 the way that the market's looking right now. All right, looking around to see what else is going on, man. It's just one of those days where there's not much action here. All right, guys, we're going to keep it going here, team. We're going to start the music time because the truth is, this is too slow today, man. It's a slow market today, man. And you guys know I want to trade. Like, I have the small account challenge ready to go. Like, I'm ready to go after it, but there's not much I'm seeing out there in the market right now. And when there's not much, that means just take it easy. So this means monetization off. And I need you guys out there to smash the like because we ain't making money on you guys. Let's go. Hit the like. Time to bring a little bit of some music in here. I need something. Something at least. All right, let's do a little stick figure. We'll do the Wisdom album. Make my life easy. Need some tunes, man. Skip. We don't need no ads. All right, let's go. Let's go here. Come on, man. You're killing me, ads. You're killing me. I need to get that YouTube premium already. ARC looks like it wants higher here. That doesn't look too bad. AI. Yeah, man, AI. That was a nice little pullback. 2075. We talked about it. I never took it though. Big thing for me is I always find it hard to go after like big names to the upside if the market is just getting dragged. And does it mean that it can't do it? No. I mean, look at this trade here. It was a nice little trade setup. You guys see here on Moomoo, this is a nice little VWAP pullback, right? I mean, look at it on the 5 minute, right? And so you can see it here. Nice little pullback to the VWAP, holds around the 70s, holds that move, now wants higher. It doesn't look bad, right? I mean, we missed this one already, but nice little move there from around 2085 to 2160. And that's about 4% move. And you had the risk about, let's say, about 1.5 on this. So that's what you always want to be looking at. It's like, what's my risk to return is more important to me than even like taking the trade if I'm going to be in the green or not. This one actually made sense on the risk to return. We just didn't take it. And it's a little bit of a miss there, but not a bad setup at all. And this looks like it could keep going higher. All right, let's keep it going, team. Smash the like out there. All right, let's keep the vibes here. Smash it up.
I'm still amazed when the music plays along.
Let's go, baby. The old sunrise. All right, Tesla call. You looking for a call, Gash? Tesla's down there, man. We need the market to come back, right? Market's just hanging out here at 411. Financial services still up on the day, so I mean, I don't know what's holding the market back right now. It has to be the technology moves down, right? Some bigger cap names holding us back. Apple in the red, Microsoft now starting to go up towards the green. Google right on the VWAP right now, so I don't know if we're going to get that up move, but Google's right off of that 117 pullback there. Show you guys that Google pullback here. 117.87, not looking too bad there on the pullback. But the question is, will the market come up with it? Apple's definitely in the red there. Amazon, remember, made a huge pullback. Look how that's going lower now. That's where it gets a little bit confusing because that's kind of a bull trap, right? To the upside. So it's not easy there. Some ARKK names doing decently today. Let's take a look at that. I'm looking for net change from the open, right? I'll take a look at that to see what we got there. Let me see here. From the open is what matters to me. Twist, Beam, those some biotechs pushing higher. CRISPR Therapeutics pushing higher. This one that I definitely keep an eye out for. The momentum is in this name and it's pushing stronger. So I take a look at some ARKK names definitely right now. There's a lot in here. So you guys got to be careful there. And look at ARK overall. ARK's up about 2.4% on the genomics. ARKK doing well. All the ARK ETFs not doing too bad there. All right, so we can do a little bit of kind of some research here. Let's take a look into the ARKK, right? And so I really like how you have a lot here with Moomoo. They give you a lot, man. If you take a look here, you can see the capital trends. You can see like big orders that are going in. Is it net inflows, net outflows? So important, right? You can see there's actually more outflows right now than inflows on ARKK. So that's not a good outlook there. But there's a lot more in the analytics than you can even think about, right? So I think you got to really look at that so you can find out where the components are. Look at all the stuff that Moomoo has for us. So look at the components, right? Tesla 9.82, Zoom 7.3, Roku 7.2, Coin, Square, Shopify, Pact, CRISPR 4.75. That seems interesting. Then you can take a look also, what's in it? What are the sectors? So a lot of consumer cyclicals, communication, financial services in there, and some defensives. And of course, the AUM, how much money they're getting in every year. And it seems like they just keep getting some money. So keep an eye on it there, team. Something to keep a watch on. ARKK, strong day. CRISPR, pretty strong. My paradise. This is my paradise right here, hanging out with you guys. Smash the like, guys. Let's go. All right, looking around to see if the market wants to turn around. It just seems like we are on the drag. There's 410.64s. SOX S now finally really getting the move, but I can't do it for the small account challenge. I could do it for maybe just my regular day trade because I can go up to bigger sizing with that. But you guys see it now starting to get above the 20-50 area. It just doesn't seem like it's enough for me to go after it. It is getting the lift though. All right. Sorry, I went straight to the reggae there, Jesse. I know lo-fi would probably be better around this time, but I'm not finding much to trade here. There's the success a little bit higher. I can do shorts on like an NVIDIA and stuff like that, but they're not coming back to VWAP, so it's pretty hard to go short after these names. AMD's maybe one that I could go after around the 95s, looking for pullbacks to 92 and below, but just doesn't seem like it's one of those days to just go jumping in shorts. There's not much at the top there. NVIDIA going down, maybe off 285s, doesn't seem too bad. But we've seen how NVIDIA comes back instantly above that 9 EMA. Right now, it seems like it's one of those days where I just got to hang out on the sideline and just keep watch. And those are the days where we really find out about our discipline. Do you guys think they will find a solution on the debt ceiling? 1,000%. This has been talked about so many times in my trading career that I don't even pay attention to this headline one bit. I hear debt ceiling and I'm just like, are we really talking about that again? It's just political nonsense. They're never going to default, man. They just play the game. There's a move on success, but it's not much, right? What did it give me? 10 cents there. You know how many shares I got to fill for 10 cents climbing? Maybe we get a 50-cent pop, but there's not much there for me on success. We'll hold it up. Wista. Let's take a look at Wista. Ooh, I actually kind of like that one. A little slow here. Wista. All right, let me see the daily chart on this. Ooh, I like the daily chart. Looks like it's trying to get back here towards the 266. That's the next stop from there. Then from there, you got 340s. So maybe $3 is in reach on the day here. Nice little pullback. You have to risk off of right now about 220. So I'm risking about 20 cents on this name if I went after it here. I really like the 15-minute multi-time frame trade here. Can I get a pullback towards 233s? That's what I'm going to look for, team. All right. Just got to take the music off, focus in here, team. I'm trying to grab this trade here. Don't want to go after it with 100 shares. I'm going for a little less here. Orders out there, 233s. I could have got it filled in a second ago, so let me see if I can just get a fill right here. VWAP is 230s. Got it. All right, team, we're long here on Wista. Wista off to 230s. Ultimate risk is 217, so nothing below that we're going to allow to go through. Really risk is 220s here. But 215 could also be acting as support here. So taking the shot here. A lot of this is based on kind of the 5-minute or 15-minute outlook here. So let's see if we can get this back towards the 260s and above. That's really where we're looking for the push. And then threes would be something to watch for. So got Vista on that pullback. You guys see how I go about it. Pullback entry there. 233s. Let's see if we get the move up. Of course, we also want to be looking into the quotes. Let's see the quotes here. See how the kind of it's looking overall here. The wall is at 240s. 241, there's a wall that we need to get through. There's about 10,000 shares there. Actually, 1,500 shares. And at 42. So this 40 is going to be so vital to get through it in kind of a quick manner so that we can push through and really get that lift. So I'm watching right now to see what happens around the 240 spot here. And just got to focus in here for what? Always focusing on risk first. Then we'll worry about profits on the way up. All right, let's see if we can maybe get it up there. All right, battling here, team. We'll see what happens out there. Smash it up, team. All right, we'll see if we get this through the 241 and get to the next level. I'm taking my shot, team, on the small account challenge here. Moomoo, baby. Hit the like out there. And of course, if you guys want to check out Moomoo, just hit the link in the description below and find out some more information on how I'm going about it in the small account challenge here. You got to be careful there. Just turned around. 241's acting as a super wall, man. They just rejected it there. They filled up some shares. You can see it went to 241 and really quick back down to 230s here. So we just got to keep watch to see what happens here. At the 230s, do we get some refill buyers back through the 240s? Of course, below 220s, that's where I really got to be careful. All right, so keeping my eye on the stocks here, seeing the action there that's coming on the pullback there. Now I want to see if that 240 sellers get off of there. So you can see here, 3,500. Some of his shares got filled there for 5,000. Also here at 42, also got filled a little bit there. So a little bit of a smaller wall this time at 41. Let's see if we get through it. There's 237s. Need to get through the 240s for that big move. All right, let's see what happens out there on this one. We stop. All right. There was a letter of a intent to acquire COM here. That was put out at 9 a.m. and it jumped 43% off of that. It acquired it. So we'll look to see if this can keep it going today. It is battling here in the 240s, though, and not being able to push through it there. So I'm just keeping a close eye on that 240. If we can't get through that 240 eventually, we might test the support. So just keeping a close eye on it. Pullbacks make sense here, holding around the 224, but not below the 220s. Got to try to put it on a 5-minute basis to try to take away all this kind of slower approach and the emotions in the trade, right? If I'm on the 1, I'll be like kind of on edge. By going in the 5-minute and the 15, I can start looking for what? Higher lows, and continue the trend. 237 showing up again. It's all about this 240s here that I'm looking to see if we can pop through. Can we get through that wall at the 240s? Next spot for the wall I'm going to look through is through the 250s. There's not too much there if we could get through the 240s into the 250s. W key in the halt. There you go, Jay. G-sit, we're also watching. I could take a look at that one. Put multiple charts up at the same time. Let's see that. G-sit. I see that 544 there. We'll look to see if that one keeps going. I have that one up right here in the middle chart here. Look at that. I see you, Crow. W key spiking on news. I don't know the news. If you guys can bring it in, I would appreciate that. I don't got time to take a look at it, but if you guys want to take a look at that, that's here on the left-hand side. Spike and halt there. W key. All right, just battling here, just keeping an eye out on mine. Watching Wista here. It takes a lot to focus on these smaller account trades. So just going to focus on this one, and we'll see what happens in the market if we do come back. All right, this one also plays into the rule of three. So trying to see if this one can really start moving here. So the rule of three looking good on this, and that's another reason why I jumped in it. Just got to see it take off. Big levels, of course, 241s. Get through there. Next stop, 250s, and then I'll look to see if we get to the 260s. All right. Just trying to make that 241 run, but can't get there. Here comes 238. It's just filling up some of the shares right now. Where we're through him. Now 241 is going to show up here. And that's where I want to see if we either go or no go. And if we don't go this time, I might just take it off and just be break even on this. But let's see if we really can get going. All right, there's 241 showing up, 244s. Now we're starting to get moving here. There's the sellers showing up there, the 244s. I want to see if we can blow through them and get to the 250. That's really where we get into the next wall. A lot of selling here, but a lot of offers. There it is, 245s, 247. Now we're looking good for the 250 push. Can I get it through here? There's some buying now, fighting here. There's some fighting, and then there's the wall at 50s. Looking to see if we can get through this 240s to the 250s. 248's battling now. All right, there's 250 starting to show up. There's the wall. Now trying to get through that wall there. There it is. There's 4,000 at 250s. And they're battling these 250s. It might not get through there. Battling team, battling out here. Looking for that continued push through the 250s here. We got some reloading in the 46 area and reloads at the 43s. There's a reload here at 244s. Let's see if we can take out that 250s now. All right, trying to keep it going here, team. Trying to push in the small account challenge here. You know how it is. It's not easy, team. There's the reload trying to fill here at 45s. Now I see 250s clear. Let's see if we go for a 250 push right now. All right, so now I'm really looking at to see if we're going to get this 250 push and higher. If we can't do it, I think we come back to VWAP, so I got to be careful here. VWAP is pretty much my entry, so I'm letting it chance for the breakout here. All right, that bid got filled in there, so we got to be careful for the pullback. There's the pullback there. Ah, it's vicious. Right back to the VWAP. See if we can get it back into the 240s here. There's a 240 starting to show up. Now we're back in the 240s. Back there in the 38s there. It's just a battle right now. The 250s just doesn't want to go through. Not liking it, team. It is pulling back a little bit here. It's losing the bid here. It's now down to 33s. Trying to battle in here, team. Just watching it right now. All right, guys, I'm in Wista here. We'll see what happens. Crow, what do you think about that one? I'm battling here, team. What stocks am I watching, J2K? I got the Wista on right now. Watching some other stocks too, but this is the one that I'm battling with right now at the moment. Higher low, higher low. That's 233s now. Don't want to see this really close on a 5-minute basis towards the 230s. It's testing me right now. Need to see if we can recover back to 240s. If not, I think I'll get out. Need a 241 again. Get me above that 241 on a 15. So let's go to the 15-minute here so we can look at that, see if we could get that 15-minute to close above 241. That's going to be in about 5 minutes time. So just keeping close eye on this to see if we can close above that. I like my entry at least. This is giving me an ability to stay in it right now. Highest profits we've had is about $7, and I'm really looking for a little bit more on this trade. If I could get like 10 or 12, I'd take it. Battle's on right now. What's my entry? I got you, Raz. Entry for me is 233s. 233s. Here's back there towards the offer side of 239s. We just need to get through the 240s, 250s. They're just reloading, and they put the offer out there. They got 2,500 at 240s, 2,500 at 242. Then right above it, 251s. There's the 240s. Now let's see if we take out the 250s. Let's go. Come on. Get going here. See if we can take out that 250. All right, 241 showing up there now, battling in the 241s. They're trying to fill in that on the ARCA. See 2,000 there. Just battling here. Doesn't want to get through the 240s area. Now turning back around. Doesn't look that great there. We got about 2 minutes left on this candle. It's very important on the 15-minute outlook. We could get it above 240s in the next 2 minutes. That's what I'm looking for. All right, here's 240s. Let's go. We got about 2 minutes left. Like 250 here, close in the next 2 minutes would be really nice. Just got to keep watch on the 5-minute. Want to continue the trend higher. Hands on the trigger, ready. First things first is always think about risk first, and then I'll worry about the profits, baby. Whew, the slowdown here. It gets tight. All right, W key halted again. We'll see what happens on that one. Taking some shots, team. I'm sorry that I'm not calling so many other plays today. Normally, we have some other traders here to talk about the market. It just takes a lot of my focus on this small account challenge, especially when I'm trading some of these smaller names. I'm keeping up with all the action, trying to keep up with the level twos and things like that. So sorry that I don't have the other outlook for the market. Just got to keep it going here. Of course, you guys throw up some stocks in the chat if you guys are seeing anything else in the market filling up. Here comes the 240, still just battling to try to get into this 240. And I got about 40 seconds left here for the 15-minute candle. So just going to watch that. Do we get back above the 242s here in the next minute? There's a test to the 36. Got to be careful here. All right, about 5 seconds left here. So just going to really focus in on this candle here to see where we close up on. Do we close to the 40s? Do we close? All right, there's 39 showing up here. It's the 240s, 241. Now it's make it or break it here for me. Let's see if we can make it or break it here. There's 242s, 244s, 245s. Let's see if we can get it there through the 250s on this last attempt for momentum here. And if not, I will be getting out on anything at 233s here, break even. I'm going to give it the chance for the break out. Let's see if I can get it. If not, so be it. I'll just get out of the trade, break even on the rest. $243 showing up. Just doesn't want to get through the 250s, guys. Struggling here. Nothing yet, team. Nothing yet. 244 is showing up, but the offers just get stacked. There's 247. Can we get it clear at the 250s? You see there's a lot of volume there at the 250s and 251s. There's the 248s. And right back down the 40s. It's just a battle here, team. All right, 247s here. Going to give it the chance for the 250 breakout here. If we don't get it here, that's it on this trade for me at least. And I'll just take what I can get. But I'm looking for the little push. Just got to give it the chance and stay with the trend. Remember, the trend's your friend until it ain't. Right now, it's my friend. But when this turns around, it won't be my friend for no longer. So, staying with it right now. $46 by 45. 47s. Just clear out the way at the 50s. There it is. It's clear to 250 now. 251 is where I see it slowing down. So I'll look for that 250 move, then 251 to see what happens there. Let me see if I can get that. There's 247s by 45s. Looking for one more push, baby. Just not getting it, team. Not getting it through the 50s here. 46, 46, just tap, 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 tap. Not seeing it, man. All right, we're pulling back into the 40s here. Not what I wanted to see. There's 47. Right back. Let's go. Take out that 250. There's 249. Come on, baby. I'm trying. I'm battling, Smoke Tuna. You sold to me, Smoke Tuna? Oh, we went to 254 there. And right back down. That's where you got to be a little careful. The seller's there. Not liking that turnaround there. It went to the 250s, went to 255s. Not happening here, man. There's 47s, 48s. Come on, take out that 250 again. Battle's on, team. Battle's on. There's 52, 53. More selling coming in here. I'm giving it a chance. Right back down, guys. This is not getting it there. Whew. The battle's on, man. At the 250s. I'm trying to keep up with the action right now, but it ain't easy. I'll tell you that much. All right, here's a push into the 250s. I'm trying to stay with it right now, team. Hands on the trigger to get out. I'm going to give it a pop here. If not, I'm getting the hell out. There's 53s. Can it hold up here? Hands on the trigger. $51. It just doesn't want to go, team. It's not getting the pop. Trying to get a little bit more pop here. There's 54s. All right, I'm out, team. I took it. Took it and ran. It just didn't want to go, team. I was trying to hang in there as much as possible, team. I took it and ran there. I'm out of the trade, team. I'll take the profit. Another $10. I'll take that. It went up to 54s there, and I hit the out. Just had to get out there, team. Didn't give me that expansion move to 270s. And it could still do it. But it got to the point I was battling. Raz said, get your order ready. I was ready, baby. I saw 54 show up, and I said, you know what? I'll take 54. I mean, the high is 56 right now. The bid didn't get there, but I took it off the bid right there, right? There was a battle there. Two traders fighting at this, 244s, 255s. I could see that battle going on there. And I said, you know what? If I let this go back there to today and I don't take the gain in the small account challenge, I don't think I'm doing myself a favor, right? If it was maybe my other account where I could battle and I'm not worried about the day trades, maybe I could stay in there for another little pop. But whew, that was a battle, man, to get just that into the green there, right? I mean, look at that. We're right back down before where I took the profits. But that puts us up another $10 on the account. I will take that. I will just keep riding it up. And that's all we can do today is if we're just going to keep taking some nice little gains, I will keep doing that on the day. Not a bad little move. The SPY was struggling there. And I'm not even going to look at Wista anymore because, trust me, it's going to get me to the point where if that takes off, it just interrupts my mindset, right? So now I can look at the SPY. SPY came back. Now it looks like we're rejecting. I'll show you guys that on the SPY right now, 5 minutes. And it looks like we come back here and we're rejecting to make the move above 411.50s here. You can see right here, 5-minute resistance right above VWAP. Will we come right back down? Take a look at Amazon as one of those examples. It's trying to start come back to the upside here. So it doesn't look too bad for risk here, even in Amazon back to the upside here. The only thing with Amazon that I do see is that it's made a recent move up higher, and I think we could get pullbacks in this. So I'm still looking for pullbacks in Shop, right? Shop looks like it already wants to go higher here. So we'll look to see if the market rebounds and Shop can just stay strong. But overall, Q's right there at the VWAP 2. How's that SOX trade that we looked at earlier? Didn't go anywhere. And I'm kind of glad I didn't take the trade on there because we really didn't go anywhere. We'll see what happens on the SQQQs as now you're getting a pullback opportunity for that. If you feel that this is the moment for SQQQs, now you're seeing your pullback chance there. Now the only question is this the level to go ahead and buy it off of? Doesn't look too bad if you're looking at kind of the hourly levels for pullbacks into this space. It's around 28.30s. Risk would have to be down there towards that 28.11 in my eyes. Of course, you guys choose your own level, but doesn't look too bad there for kind of a swing approach here off the 28.40s, 28.30s. If you think the market's going to keep coming down, that's where it gets a little difficult. I see Tesla working its way back. I just don't know which way we're heading. That's just truth. And I don't feel like I have an edge right now. A big thing is I'm a little lost in the bank situation. Banks are going up today and we're not going up. That's where it gets a little confusing on there. Of course, JPM, things like that. It's not what I want to see going higher if I expect the markets to go down. KRE going higher too. So not necessarily what I expected there. And then when I look at like a stock like Apple, this is a good metric of the market. You can see how this is coming down right now. Google mixed bag. It's right there setting up for a VWAP bounce. This one doesn't look too bad if you're looking to see Google stay strong. Amazon was strong, now pulled back. We'll see above 110s. And then we've already talked about Tesla there. How's NVIDIA coming back there towards VWAP? This one doesn't look too bad, but we'll look to see if it gets back above 283.50s. And that's kind of where it could really kind of push higher. Could reject the VWAP there, but it's just so hard to short in like a stock like NVIDIA or AMD. We'll look to see if those get hit at VWAP and they come right back down. I'd look to see also risk off of kind of 94.88, maybe a 94.70 entry for AMD right back down there towards 93.50s. But that's a little bit of a risky trade because above 95, it's going to get a nice little pump, push higher. So this is where I get, I'll be honest, team. I'm fighting myself a little bit here on how to go about it with the swings. Upstart. Let's take a look there. Upstart, of course, got a really nice move off of their earnings. Now they're pulling back. I like the 90 MA entrance on that one. I think it's still a little bit, hasn't pulled back enough for me. But of course, you guys can take a look at that and determine your own entry levels there. I do like how it's pulling back into this space. So what I look for a lot of the times is, do we get a trend pullback, right? What I mean by a trend pullback is, did this stock break a trend and now can come back into that space? So you see how this trend lines up really close, and I'll do a little bit bigger. Sorry about that. So Upstart, you can see how this trend line lines up with a little bit of a pullback action below 16. 90 MA hanging out here at 1558. So I would be looking for this 90 MA to keep curling closer towards the 16 and see the stock go through 16 tomorrow for a pullback opportunity on Upstart. But if this is your level for entry, at least you know, throwback look there. You have to be able to risk off of maybe like 15.30s, $15, I would think. If I would be going in it here, that's the only way I could go about it. But that's kind of more also swing trade ideas mentality there. Well, we'll see what happens on the market. I'm just happy. Another green day, another push higher in the small account challenge. And of course, if you guys want to go ahead and check out Moomoo, check out what's going on out there, you guys go ahead and get your free stocks, right? We get up to 20 free stocks right now. So go ahead and click the link. I'll throw it up one more time in the chat, and we're going to get towards another stock here that I see moving that I'm thinking about taking a swing trade on for this week, which is going to be a little bit of a harder one to get, but not bad on the day. I'm looking for the shot right now. I'm going to go ahead and take a starter on here, but of course, looking for some pullback opportunity here. Let me see if I can get a little bit of a pullback fill right now on Target, baby. I'm trying to get a Target pullback fill here for a little bit of a swing trade action on Target, of course. Look at the daily chart. I really like how this is setting up here. Nice inverse head and shoulders here, outlook. So you can see above this 158.87, it looks great there. I love how it kind of built up the left shoulder, right shoulder. This actually looks really good for me to now reverse the bearish looking chart, really have some levels to go off of. So I really want to get an entry in this. I'm just looking to pull back here towards 159.50 to get my starter on, and then looking for pullbacks towards 158.50 to add on target swing. Of course, this is going to be more of that swing trade approach. I could take it in my main account or even in the Moomoo account. The only problem there is that I have no day trades on the day. So at least I'll have another one tomorrow. And I think that that's the important outlook, right? Is I don't want to be getting into any position where I need to get out and don't have an out. So I'll have another day trade tomorrow. And of course, on Wednesday, I'll probably be leaving a little bit earlier. So I won't really kind of get a trade in small account there. But we'll still get another trade tomorrow. And then by the time I come back, I'll have 3 day trades. So that's what I want to do. I want to get to the action, of course. And then by the time Monday comes rolling around, I'll have 3 trades for next week and keep working the account up higher, right? Because that's the idea here, right? It's not necessarily to lose the account. It's to go ahead and show you how we can stair step it up, stair step it higher, and keep moving, right? Once we get to 1,000, we can start playing a little bit bigger sizing. But for right now, I just want to keep the sizing that I am and what's been working. All right, let's keep going. GSIT busting through 6. I wonder who talked about that. All right, I still didn't get that target pullback entry here. So I could chase here, but I hate chasing, team. I'm looking for a pullback. I'll see if I get it. I'm going to go ahead and even cancel that order. What I'll do is I'll set an alert here below 159.50s to see if I get a pullback opportunity. Target. It's going to be one that's definitely on my eyes for the day. Also, Walmart could be on that move there. It's a nice little pullback here off of 151.60, but you got to wait for earnings to come out. Earnings are going to be very vital to see what happens to these stocks. Costco is another one above 500. We just pulled back on the day above 500. I kind of like this pullback outlook here to risk off of 500. I'd have to risk off maybe like 499 here for swing trade size, but just got to keep that in mind, right? So if I got to risk like, $2 or $3, well, I need to be smart in how I go about it, right? Maybe not sizing in all the size in at once, looking for some pullbacks to add. So for Costco here, that would be a little bit of a pullback here towards 501. I'll see if I get a pullback. It's already at 501.80 for Costco. Kind of like these on pullbacks. Just got to keep an eye out for it and then wait for the pullback. I feel like we got a nice red to green opportunity on these today. There's Wista still hanging up there by the 240s, 249s, and couldn't make that move higher through the 250s. I think this is kind of like a cup and handle pattern now. I can show you guys the cup and handle pattern on the 5. I'm not in this one anymore, but I still kind of like it here on the 5 minute. You can see here kind of how you're cupping. Now you made a little bit of a peak here for the handle. I wanted to hold VWAP now and really take out that 264 to complete the cup and handle pattern here. Go to the 1 minute to show you guys that a little bit cleaner here on what's going on right now. So you can see how kind of this drove higher and now pull back, wanted to hold that 240 and get up there to the 260s. We'll see what happens there on Wista. Then the other one that you guys were looking at, GSLT or GSIT. Yep, GSIT. I'm sorry about that. There it is through 6. Nice little halts today. 1, 2 halt. Maybe it gets to the 3rd halt. Oh, that's the 3rd halt. So just be careful here. We could be reaching to the top of that move. But what a move here on this one. Crazy hourly chart here as it pulled back towards hourly yesterday, 415 level. Where did we get to? We got a low there of 409, back up there towards 630s. Resistance really not until I see resistance around 680s. So this could still go higher. Let's go to the 5 minute here. It's up there to 648s. We'll see if it gets to the 680s today. All right, smash the like button, team. We're going to be getting out of here in just about 12 minutes here. So stick around, team. We got a lot more for you right here on Benzinga, of course. Hit the likes, team. Can we get some likes up? Let's go. Where are we at in the like department? Come on, team. Hit it up. Can we get to 200? Let's go. All right, let's take a look around SPY overall. Now just hanging out up here, and it doesn't want to make that move just yet. So I'm keeping an eye on to see what other stocks are going to make the move. Does it want to hold the 410, 411 spot here? Is Amazon going to go right back up? W key pulling back here towards the $3 where it kind of halted before. Now starting to pull back there. If you guys like that one looks interesting on the pullback. I'm leaving the smaller names alone now as I already made my trade for the day. And it was a battle in Wista. Amazon trying to hold on here to the 110s, now below the 110 here. We'll see if it makes a move higher. Apple trying to recover a little bit. Google looks like it's trying to hold here around the 117.40s area. That doesn't seem too bad for an approach higher if you feel like the market's going to rebound here. But, of course, if you feel it's going to come down, maybe it starts dragging some of these bigger names. Stock test lower here towards 2032s, so that doesn't look good there for kind of the bears. SOXL starting to get a little bit of a bounce, and this is why I do not short NVIDIA all the time right out the gates, because look, right back up there. It's a difficult trade, especially this one. AMD, I talked about it. Would it get back there towards the VWAP? That still hasn't gotten back to the VWAP. That's why AMD, I feel like, has a little bit better action sometimes than NVIDIA for shorts, because you can see how NVIDIA just kind of rips their face off. They get short an important support there through kind of the 283s, and really quickly you're right back to 284s, almost 283.80s. So you got to be careful on a name like NVIDIA when it starts to come back against you. You can see the SPY here just battling the levels. Can we go higher and start pushing back there towards the opening price? Opening price here was 412.28. That's one level that I definitely watched today at the open. I got 412.33s. So it's still a little ways away, but let's see if we can get it up there. All right. It just seems like it's not the best day overall for trading. A lot of choppy action, and wouldn't you know it, XOM chopping around. I'm looking around to see what else is chopping. Tesla didn't even come back to the VWAP. It just seems like to me like a day where we're getting a lot of leaking in the market and not a lot of continued trends. So maybe you're looking at the pullback for the SQQQs, but that's what seems to me like what's in play right now. It's kind of reversal style action. And then the market is going higher with, of course, the regional bank concerns not looking too bad here. You can see the KRE back there towards 37.21. So we'll look to see what happens there, as that one looks like it wants higher. And that just tells me that the overall market could return back to green on the day, because if the banks are higher, I feel like eventually we catch a little bit of a lift. Look at Bank of America ripping higher now. KRE is going back to the highs. FAS is one way to play this if you're looking for a nice little push. Now it's up there towards almost 56. So kind of missing out on that play and seeing a turnaround there in the SOXL type of trade there. So we could go higher, especially if these banks stay strong, I feel like, on the day. But just nothing that I feel like I want to jump into right now at this moment. And it just seems like one of those days where it's going to be probably better just stay on the sideline, at least for me, and then looking to see what else I can get into. NCLH, the swing trade that I do have on, is not looking too bad there as it starts coming and climbing higher. It's almost there towards my break even. So just going to continue to watch this one. I really do think that I got this one at an interesting price on the daily. And of course, this is kind of more of a swing approach. Now I'll be looking for this to kind of push back towards 1460s and 1480s higher. We'll look to see what happens on that one. I'm also looking for opportunities to grab American Airlines. We did get an opportunity today at 14 as it fills in the gap and looks like it wants to go higher. So this is an area that I definitely keep an eye out. And if the bank concerns are not going to be there, I think that that's when I'll be looking for us to continue pushing higher. So for right now, looks like we bounced right off about 1387s there for AAL. I like this outlook here. Just need to kind of get a little bit of a piece and start building up in American Airlines. I really like the airlines in the long run. They keep making money, and they're going to continue to find ways to get around, even if there is some kind of demand drop off. So I could see this coming back maybe towards 15s and then higher, but interesting play there on American. All right, that's going to do it for me. In just a few seconds, I'll be getting AB to come on and do an all-access event, of course. You guys stick around. We got a lot more for you guys right here. All right, what was your best trade of the day in the chat? You guys throw it up. What are you guys looking at? Confused on why Microsoft didn't fly? Let's take a look there at Microsoft, see how it's trading now. Microsoft. Softy. Now it's starting to get a little bit of a lift there. Of course, with the market coming back there, the daily chart looks good on Microsoft overall. So this is looking like it wants to push nice little sideways levels. This is why it's so important to kind of look at the daily chart, because daily chart is just kind of holding on the nice little pullbacks right now. So this could go higher here. We'll see what happens there in Microsoft. It wants to just keep pushing, but doesn't look too bad overall. Google is the one that I'm looking at right now. That's one way to play this kind of up move if I'm expecting to get the push here in the overall market. Apple's another way as it's pulled back below the VWAP. We saw the same move on Friday. It pulled back below the VWAP and then eventually just recovered all throughout the day around 225 all the way up there towards about 345. We had a little bit of a rally there. So we'll see if we get the rally now. SPY back through the open towards the 412s. And then now starting to slow down. Q's above VWAP and starting to hold. So we'll see if this can really give us the lift. Google's one that definitely doesn't look too bad off the 117 spot and just came back to 117.26. Now trying to recover VWAP. Google's at 117.50s here. I've been looking for a pullback closer towards the 115s, but it's not looking like it wants to even go back there. Looking like it wants to hold here. We'll see if it takes the next step up. You see on the hourly levels, you can see how the 116 levels are holding in right now. I'm going to zoom in there as close as I can get it. And you can see there, right off the 116.50 area, we're finding some support and now trying to come back towards the resistance right above it towards the 118 area. And then the next level, 118.50s. We'll see if we get it to the 118.50s here on the next drive. So you can see Google setting up there. We'll see if it takes the next push. All right, SPY pulling back a little bit. It just seems like it's going to be one of those chop days. I'm not going to take too much trading action until I feel like I really can see the market heading in the right direction. KRE now pushing to 37.40s. I feel like the SPY can hold now. Now it's just going to be more of a matter, do I want to take some of the upside action here? So if I did do that, I'd probably be on the Google trade to just take the day trade back towards 118.50s. Right now, I'm on the sideline. All right, CRM looks good. Laura, I talked about that one this morning. I think CRM does look good. And I talked about how would we get the hold and the next push higher. Let's go to the daily chart. Of course, this is in the software. You can see how it's holding about like 199 as resistance, now holding it as support. Let's see if it makes the move back there towards 207. Does look like it's been holding as of late. CRM's been a really strong stock. All right, let's keep going, team. It's about 10:56. I'm going to really quickly play a little bit of a trailer right quick for you guys about Benzinga Pro, and then we'll be right back, wrapping up here in just a few minutes, and then getting you guys over to All Access.
Did you know that nearly all stock price changes of 10% or more result from a single news headline? In fact, a research paper from the Federal Reserve analyzed more than 900,000 news stories and concluded that positive news stories increase stock returns quickly. The key is getting access to breaking news live as it is happening. Benzinga Pro is the only streaming platform available to retail investors that provides the fastest live news feed in the market, so you can catch breakout stocks before they rally. Some recent winning alerts include 270% on BLPH in 4 days, 147% on CRBP in 2 days, and 118% on UNCY in 4 days. The way it works is simple. Every minute of the day, Benzinga Pro scours the market for news that moves stock prices. Not only does Benzinga Pro provide data to brokerages and other news outlets such as TradeStation, TD Ameritrade, MarketWatch, and Bloomberg, subscribers get the same data plus real-time alerts to stay ahead of new stock rallies. But that's not all. You also get streaming stock news, trading signals, intelligent chat rooms, daily trade picks from professional traders, stock audio with real-time updates, a stock scanner to identify new rallies, and so much more. Basically, all the information and research tools you need to stay ahead of the market and in front of big stock moves. For a limited time, you can access Benzinga Pro for free for the next 2 weeks. Just click the button on this page, fill out the form, and join us. The next alerts are coming out any minute.
All right, team, I'm going to start wrapping it up here. And as you guys see, Wista going down there. So definitely keep your eyes on that stock. It definitely was our trade of the day. And like always, you guys can check out Moomoo. If you guys want to see a little bit more, I'll just throw that link for you guys to check it out. Definitely been seeing people get their free stocks. Just got to keep up with it, of course. And we'll see if we can get into another positive trade tomorrow. Green Day again, baby, in the Moomoo account. Got to keep pushing forward. Of course, this is a small account, started with 500. We're working our way up. Ryan will be back tomorrow. Zunaid will be back. So let's get after it. Like always, smash the like. I will see you guys tomorrow, team. Now to kick it to my man AB as you guys go into all access mode, baby. Let's go.
What is up, Mitch? How you doing? Happy Monday, everybody. Welcome, everyone, Zinger Nation. Hope you guys had a great time over at Live Trading. Hope you guys took some nice trades. Thank you, Mitch. As always, we'll be back on pre-market prep and live trading tomorrow. So coming up on All Access, where we bring you access to different companies, CEOs, and executives. You guys can ask questions directly. I mean, it's really one of the only places on YouTube for free that you guys can get this access. So without further ado, today we will be talking to Shane Schaefer, the chairman and CEO of Singulate, as well as Tim Moore, the senior vice president of biotech at Indegene. So I'm excited to talk to Shane and Tim. Without further ado, let's go ahead and bring them on the stream. All right, a little twofer for the people today. 2 interviews at once. We've got Shane and Tim. Shane, let's start with you. Shane, do you mind just giving us a brief overview of what Singulate is, what you guys are doing?
Absolutely, Aaron. Good to see you, and Tim, good to see you as well. So Singulate, we are a pharmaceutical company, biotech, and what we're really doing is developing products in major markets where current methods of treatment, unfortunately, just aren't really hitting patients' needed outcomes. So we're looking at products in ADHD and anxiety. We have products in our pipeline in insomnia, xerostomia, potentially cardiovascular disorders, bipolar, major depressive disorder. These are the types of products where millions and millions of patients are currently suffering. They're not getting the best outcomes they need. And Singulate, through its precision time release delivery technology, we have the ability to fix those things. We can deliver the same drug or different drugs, up to 2, 3, or 4 drugs in a single tablet that a patient can take once a day, and then thereby receive the benefits of these products. That's exactly what we want to do. We want to help millions of patients improve the outcomes they get, give providers better options to treat their patients, and all at the same time providing relief to the healthcare system in terms of the amount of capital they're putting towards these resources and not getting the best bang for their buck. That's what we're doing as a company. We're really excited as well to be partnering with another world-class organization like Indegene. They're going to help us commercialize these products and make sure that we get our message to the providers and to all of our key stakeholders so they can understand exactly what we're looking to do to improve their patients' lives.
Got it. Yeah, Shane, I know we've talked before about just kind of the importance of that, the timing, the release of those drugs and how important that is for millions of patients across the country, whether you're talking about, ADHD or some of these other, diseases as well. So, Tim, I'll turn it over to you. Do you mind giving me a brief overview of what you guys are doing over at Indegene?
Sure. Thank you, Aaron. And Shane, good to see you again.
Always.
Indegene is a B2B commercialization service. So what we do is provide commercialization and medical and clinical services to the pharmaceutical industry. Indogene as a company is 20 years old. We're on a heck of a run, having grown at over 50% the last 3 years in a row. And we really provide all of the services necessary for a pharmaceutical company to bring its products to market. Whether it's a very large pharma, we currently work with 19 of the top 20, or whether it's the really cool, exciting small biotech companies like Singulet. We can help these companies finish up their clinical trials, build out their medical affairs, medical communications teams, as well as set up their entire commercial go-to-market. How do you reach physicians with the messages and the information that is so critical to helping them understand how some of these amazing drugs like Singulet's ADHD product can help their patients?
Got it. So, well, Tim, my follow-up to that is, I mean, when is Indogene going to be public? When can I invest? Because you had 50% growth year over year for, what did you say, 2 or 3 years? A heck of a run, as you put it. I want to get my hands in on that.
Well, thank you very much. We're very, very proud of what we've done and being able to help great companies like Singulet. Indogene is currently a private company, but keep your eyes and ears open. You never know what might happen very soon.
All right. Well. All right. Well, we'll keep our ears tuned to see if anything happens there. We'll be following along. So just, I guess, like from a base level, it sounds like, Singulet, Shane, you guys are kind of, owning the scientific, like medical side, and then kind of looking at Indogene to help monetize, do some more of the business stuff. Is that correct?
Well, that's actually one of the coolest parts about our partnership. It's a joint partnership. So, for the Singulet shareholders out there, the key is that what Singulet is doing through its joint commercialization partnership with Indogene is we're now combining Singulet, and our business expertise is there. I mean, Tim was a Pfizer guy. I worked at Pfizer, Novartis, and Sanofi. But Singulet doesn't have the resources that a big pharma company has in terms of just the commercial operations. So what Singulet gets to do now is partner with Indogene, who, as Tim was just saying, has field force, has medical liaisons, has an excellent market access team, has third-party logistics, distribution, has all of the elements that Singulet would have to internally develop to build its own commercial operation. And right now, we are now linked to Indogene's operation to do that. We'll build the commercialization strategy together. Indogene has been using artificial intelligence and developed it from the ground up. Tim, correct me if I'm wrong, but over 250 million data points in the United States alone that understands how providers, how advocacy groups, how patients want to be communicated to. Not us pushing the communication and our marketing messages to them, but instead, how do they want to be educated about our products? These are the types of things that not even mid-size or even some larger pharma companies can do. That's why Indogene's working with almost every single global pharmaceutical company today, is because they have this infrastructure. For us to be able to bolt onto that for pennies on the dollar versus going out and spending hundreds of millions of dollars and setting ourselves up for failure, not to mention diluting the heck out of our company. We now get to bolt onto that incredible infrastructure, build a commercialization strategy together, and then execute this thing in a way that you just couldn't do if you were trying to operationalize it yourselves. This has been a huge potential risk factor that's been hanging over Singulet sort of as that cloud. Well, that cloud has now been removed and the skies are sunny, although they're not sunny here today in Kansas City. We're getting some much needed rain. But that said, that cloud has been removed. We're now in a commercialization organization with Indogene to take advantage of all of that expertise they've built over the last 20 plus years.
Yeah, I mean, it sounds like that joint, commercialization agreement has the potential to be really beneficial for both sides, and so it's definitely an interesting kind of partnership there. Shane, can we talk about the 1301 real quick? How's the phase 3 trial progressing?
So we are about a week away from finalizing and closing out our first phase 3 trial. This is a study that's being done in adults with ADHD. And it's been 2 cohorts. So Dr. Ann Childress, who's one of the preeminent researchers, she joined me on a Benzinga All-Access meeting before.
Yeah.
So she's conducting this trial at her facility in Nevada. almost complete. We'll get that last patient, last visit evaluations done here in the next, week or so. And we look forward to releasing that data from our first adult onset and duration trial in the probably in the July timeframe. Onset and duration are the two most important elements of efficacy that we can discuss in ADHD. We are so excited to get this data out because at the end of the day, what we're looking to demonstrate, and we've shown it already in our 5 prior trials, that we have the fastest onset, we believe. We're going to have the best, most appropriate duration, which is entire active day duration. That's the data we're looking for. And we can't wait to get those results posted and out to the community so they can see that what Singulet is doing here is not only differentiating itself in this marketplace, but really revolutionizing it. For the first time ever, if Singulet's products demonstrate what we believe they will, a patient will be able to wake up in the morning, take their medication, and have entire active day efficacy. No product provides that in this $22 billion market. So it gets Tim and his Indegene team excited too. So we want to be able to make sure that we have not only a differentiated product, but something that is truly going to make patients, payers, and providers very excited about having access to this medication. Our next 2 phase 3 trials will start enrolling next month and in July as well. We're now going to focus on the kids, the pediatric and adolescent population. And an interesting thing we talk about a lot is, yes, that's a critical market. We want to make sure we have products for every patient with ADHD. That's why we have 8 dosage strengths. The adult market is double the size of children and adolescents combined. But our next 2 phase 3 trials are focusing on children and adolescents. Another onset and duration trial that will look at those same measurements that we did in adults, and then a fixed dose titration study as well. Key is we're out of the clinic this year. We are a late stage phase 3 company. So we're really excited about what the future is going to bring for our organization and for our shareholders as we move forward.
Yeah, well, congrats on that progress so far. And Tim, I was going to ask you, and I mean, maybe Shane might have just answered a lot of this question, but I was going to ask what made you guys over at Indegene want to partner with Singulet in the first place?
Yeah, so we're looking for companies that we think find and that have really interesting technology that meets an unmet need, right? When you look at the ADHD market, nothing has changed significantly in years and years. You've got kids going to school, having to either hide medicine or go to the office multiple times a day. It's really difficult for patients with ADHD, especially kids, to live their day. And so we feel really excited that what Singulet has done, what Shane is leading, is a real revolution in the ability to treat these patients. And so we're looking for exciting products that we think we can help get to physicians, explain the product to physicians, reach them in a way that nobody else has been able to do, and to really play a big role in helping solve traditional health crisis. And this is certainly one of them.
Yeah, I mean, it's always important to kind of find those holes in the market, what's not being done properly right now and what can be kind of improved upon, which certainly, like you said, the administering of ADHD medicine, I mean, for any parents out there that have kids, they know the problems you run into. We talked about it last time, Shane, right? Around 2-3 p.m., a lot of times the medicines start wearing off, and then you don't want to, be then taking a whole nother dose, and then all of a sudden be on the Adderall until 9-10 p.m. So I mean, this ADHD. So what about just how the ADHD medication is sold or marketed? I mean, do you guys see any like major shifts? I know it's kind of become like a TikTok trend recently for people to watch a TikTok and then get a telehealth diagnosis through there and get a new prescription for a different ADHD medicine.
Yeah, I mean, from my perspective, I'm a pharmacist at heart, but that said, I'm really excited about what we're going to be providing to the community here. No one that doesn't have a proper diagnosis in ADHD should not be given any medication, let alone ours. And I don't want ours to be given to patients that don't have a proper diagnosis. There's a very, very clear, clinical pathway for understanding if a patient does or does not have ADHD. A lot of comorbidities exist in ADHD, like anxiety and depression. And a lot of times those mask ADHD or they exacerbate it. So you need a trained physician, a clinical psychologist or a psychiatrist, neurologist, a trained pediatrician in ADHD. to really help understand and evaluate whether a patient has ADHD or not. At that point, that's when we want to make sure that if our medication is appropriate, it gets delivered to those patients in a very safe and effective and cost efficient manner as well. Tim, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, Aaron, you brought up a really good question, that the way consumers, learn about products, has dramatically changed over the last 10 to 20 years. And pharma's been a little slow to get there. You mentioned TikTok. But one of the things that Indegene does so uniquely is we leverage digital technology, we leverage machine learning and artificial intelligence to tell us what is the right information, what is the unique channel, even the time of day to reach out to a physician. When do they want to be communicated with? How do they want to be communicated with? And what specific message? And so part of what Indegene will be doing for Shane and Singulet is to provide the marketing and the educational messages that physicians need to properly diagnose and prescribe this product, but to do it in a way that is less invasive to the physician, that gives them the information they want, when they want, and how they want it. So it makes their life much easier. They get the critical information they want, and then they can go about their job helping patients.
And if I can just add to that, one of the beauties of what Singulet's assets and ADHD provide are, every physician completely that treats ADHD knows how these medications work. They've been around for over 70 years. We've chosen the two cleanest versions of these medications. And what we're doing is, basically telling the doc, if you're writing a booster dose, which is 60% of patients right now are getting or needing that medication at 2 p.m. or 1 p.m, or sometimes they take it before they even wake up because the medication takes so long to kick in. It's such a simple story for them to understand. And they have to write 2 scripts. Their doctor's office, their nurses have to go get prior auth every single year for every single medication, for every C2 product like these. It takes up office staff time, office resources, less patient care. The reimbursement side for the managed healthcare companies and PBMs, 2 drugs to reimburse, 2 out-of-pockets for patients. This is brutal. How about one simple solution, 1 medication, 1 prior auth, 1 script to pay for, fill, and reimburse? That's the solution we're providing. Oh, and you get better efficacy. And we've shown better safety and tolerability thus far in our trials. So it's going to be a really good story to tell. I'm excited to share it with the community. It's going to be something that really changes patients' lives. It makes providers' lives a lot easier too.
Got it. Well, so my last question, and Tim, you guys have kind of spoken to this a little bit already, but will you speak a little bit more about how you think AI will be used in kind of like marketing or sales processes?
Yeah, Aaron, we're using AI now across the go-to-market in all sorts of areas, including medical and clinical. But to specifically answer your question, we have, and Shane mentioned it, we have over 200 million interactions. So what Indegene does is we communicate with physicians, whether that's via email, whether that's by social media, whether that's live, all sorts of interactions. And we capture all of the data we get. And we're simply capturing, did the physician talk to us? What did they like? What did they not like? What time of day? And all of that information goes into our computer. We then use artificial intelligence and machine learning to predict what is the right combination of communication messages, channels, etc. So our goal is to give the consumer, in this case, the prescriber, the HCP, information they want and need in the most efficient manner. And to do that, we want to give them information that they want, they need at a time, place, and choosing of theirs. So we're using artificial intelligence to predict, to learn based on past examples, and then to predict what information they want, when they need it, and how they need it. And that allows us to reach many, many more physicians. Big pharma and other pharmas have traditionally used gigantic sales forces, which we now know are inefficient, incredibly expensive. And after COVID, very few of them can even get in to see the physician. Leveraging modern technology like artificial intelligence allows us to get the information that people need, when they need it, how they need it. And that allows for a much faster and much more efficient exchange of information.
Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, I think COVID, that's one of the areas how drugs are sold to healthcare providers. Could be one of those areas where COVID itself like pushes that technology forward years and years and years. Well, Shane, Tim, thank you guys for hopping on with me today. Always a pleasure to catch up and to learn more about what you guys are doing. Shane, I forgot you guys were in Kansas City. I'm going to be out there in a few months for we're based in Detroit. So for the Lions Chiefs home opener for Kansas City, I'll definitely be there.
Look me up, my friend. We'll get you some barbecue, okay? And I'll probably see you.
Yeah,
definitely.
I would love to. I actually went to Mizzou, so only like 90 miles east of Kansas City. So I'm
just
familiar.
goes to show you that a Jayhawk and a Tiger can get along.
Oh yeah, I think we have talked about this before.
Yeah.
Well, Tim and Shane, thank you guys again. As any developments happen, any news you guys want to talk about, would love to have you guys on again in the future.
Thanks, Aaron. Tim, I'll see you
Thank you,
tomorrow.
Aaron. Shane, I'll see you tomorrow.
See you. Thanks, guys.
All righty, guys. That was Shane and Tim from Singulate and Indogene. Hope you guys enjoyed today's All Access. Please smash the like if you have not already. Quick programming notes. So tomorrow we will, of course, be back. I'll be on actually helping out on pre-market prep tomorrow. So catch me in the morning. Catch me up and early if you're going to be, waking up with us. Early 8 a.m. Eastern time, we'll be live on pre-market prep, and then after that, we'll be doing some live trading, get into some Benzinga live. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, we're gonna be doing, different people are out. Like at one point, I think Joel and Mitch are out on the same day, so it's just I'm gonna be helping out Dennis, and it's just gonna be Dennis and I on pre-market prep. Either way, this week's gonna be a little wonky, but just hang out with us. We'll have a good time. Keep smashing the like, subscribe to the channel if you have not already. With that, we'll be back live this afternoon, of course. I think Mitch is doing swing trading at a certain time, maybe not. 3 p.m. 3 p.m. we'll be doing swing trading with Mitch. Hope you all stay green, stay chill. Till then, peace and love, y'all.